So we've just taken on a block of 6 studios in the building behind me, and they're all going to be run as Airbnbs. Now these are all rent-to-rent properties. We've just taken it on recently. I got my business partner Andrew inside that's just finishing the setup. So right now we're going to go inside, have a chat with him, give you guys a full tour of all the studios, show you what we're doing, how we did it, how you guys can go about doing the same thing as well, how to get involved, and just give you so much game and knowledge. Come through. Yes, bro.
What you saying, man?
Good, man. How's it going, bro? You all right? Yeah.
Yes, bro. Yes.
Come through, guys. Come through. So, this is the block, huh?
This is the block, 6 units, bro.
So, if I'm not mistaken, Andrew, there's 2 floors in this building, right?
Correct. So the first floor, second floor, they're both exactly the same. It's like a mirror image of each other.
6 units in total.
6 units total, yeah.
Yeah, this is one of them right here.
Yep, unit 1.1, this is the first.
Yeah, should we go check it out?
Let's check it.
This is obviously quite small.
Yes.
Pretty tiny.
This is the smallest unit of the whole block.
Yeah.
Very, very small, but this is like budget friendly. Students potentially, nurses working down the road, single occupancy, maybe double occupancy, just depends on what the client wants.
So how much are you going to be charging for this unit per night?
So this unit, average around 110 a night.
110. That's not bad though, really and truly. Like, you thinking about it now, it's got everything you need. It's got like your kitchenette, it's got your washing machine, refrigerator, bathroom.
That's it.
It's pretty much good to go.
110 a night is actually fair.
Mm-hmm.
Hotels will be charging probably slightly less, but because they don't have these other features that this room does have. So, yeah.
So what some people might be thinking, yeah, is because of the size of this, obviously it's pretty small, why wouldn't it just make sense for them to book a hotel rather than booking this unit right here?
Yeah, so hotels excel in 1 or 2 night stays, but you can't live in a hotel. Do you know what I'm saying? When you want to cook, when you want to stay for quite a long term, you won't stay in a hotel room. You'd rather stay in a place like this where you can wash your stuff, you can do your own cooking, you can store stuff in your fridge. It's a lot more self-contained and a lot more homely than a hotel. So this is unit 1.3. This is the biggest room on the first floor.
Yes, indeed.
And you can see the difference.
Instant
this one and
difference.
the other one.
Way more spacious. Open plan. Nah, this one's a proper, like, this is a proper full-on studio right here.
And you got a decent view as well.
Yeah.
The other one, you got a view of the side street. Not that great.
Got a little Nando's outside.
Main road, yeah. This is a bustling area. There's actually quite a few things going on. There's a McDonald's not too far from here, and this place is just full of life.
Yeah. So talk to us about the area itself. Like, where are we at specifically?
So this is Camberwell, Southeast London. Well, actually not too far from Central London. You could take a bus, get to Central London in like 20 minutes, 30 minutes, something like that. So it's very vibrant. There's a lot of diversity here, different types of food, different activities. There's businesses here, there's a hospital down the road. There's a lot going on around here. All right, so this is unit 1.2. This is the medium-sized unit, studio unit, somewhere in between the large one and the small one, but yeah, this is what we got. So still relatively spacious. You still got, you know, the basics you need, the washing machine, the stove is on there, that side, microwave. You can live in here long term, basically.
What's out there in the back?
I actually don't know. I don't know what that is, but that's the view that they get.
Yeah. Can they open the window and just jump out if they wanted to?
Nah, this window is limited in how big it can open.
I see.
But yeah.
But this unit isn't that bad of a size at all. So I think when it came to price, how much did you say we were charging for the smaller unit per night?
So we're doing 110 for that one. For this one will be 120, and then the larger one will be 130.
Okay.
So we're starting off with a £10 difference in the nightly rate to see how things going, and as things change, as we see how demand is, we'll adjust it.
And I think, if I'm not mistaken, we got a place that we're managing right now in Peckham.
Yeah.
How far is that? 10 minutes away from here?
Like about 10-15 minutes drive from here.
10-15 minutes drive. And that place is always booked up with contractors.
Literally, contractors love up that place so much. So much.
Yeah, but all right, that's cool.
Yeah, so like what I was saying, exactly the same. Exactly the same.
Now this is the this is unit 2.2 if I'm not mistaken.
This is 2.3.
2.3.
Yeah, so the way I've labelled it, the 2 represents the floor, and then the second digit represents the size of the room. The first size, second size, or third size.
Yeah.
Just so that's easy to distinguish.
And also, this place, if I'm not mistaken, it's actually on top of shops.
It is. It is on top of shops, yeah.
Which is not like the most ideal
Yeah.
scenario.
Yeah, I mean, it's a place to live. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So as long as you have a place to lay your head, there's nothing wrong with having a barber shop.
Quick reminder, if you are interested in learning more about how to get involved in this, whether you want to start this business yourself or you want to invest passively, click the link in the description box below, schedule a call with us, we'll see how we can best help. So Andrew, obviously this whole block, we'd actually taken it on behalf of our investors. So we sourced it for them, we got the place fully set up. Obviously there's certain places that are still getting set up, and we're also going to be managing it for them as well.
Yeah.
So talk to us about the numbers involved with this specific block deal.
All right, so this block deal has been split by 3 investors. So each investor has taken 2 units. So per unit, the investment has been roughly £7,000 to £8,000, and that includes all the furniture, that includes the sourcing fee, that includes onboarding, the first month's rent, first month's deposit, all those initial costs. And so that's the initial investment. So total that each investor's put in is about 15 to 16K. Monthly profits.
2 units.
Per 2 units,
Okay, yeah.
Monthly profits per 2 units is roughly around 1,500, 1,600, which means the investor should be able to get their money back in about 10 months.
Okay, and that's completely hands-free?
Completely hands-free, managed by us. They don't need to do anything.
So like if someone wanted to do this themselves, you know, and not use a management company, how much could they be making?
About 1,900 to 2,000 pounds.
Yeah. But obviously, as you mentioned, that comes with a lot more work as well.
Exactly.
Yeah, don't get me wrong, I think some people wouldn't mind that work, or actually a lot of people, but then there is a portion of people that just simply don't have the time. Or to be fair, they don't have the knowledge.
Yeah.
Does that make sense? And they don't want to know. They're just like, hey, look, I've got some money, this looks interesting, I want to get involved, but I don't want to do it myself.
Yeah, and that's what it is as an investment. That's what the true passive investment. Put your money into something, don't need to think about it. Just eat monthly. That's it. So that's what we're offering to our investors here.
So how long do we actually have this block deal for?
It's 36 months.
36 months?
Yeah.
3 years?
3 years, yeah.
So 10 months break even, that leaves 26 months where they're making pure profit.
Exactly that. So they're making the money back, and then over the rest of the 26 months, just money in their pockets. All right, so each room has an intercom. So if people get deliveries or anything like that, they'll get rang by the delivery person downstairs and they can let them in, open the door, do whatever. And one other thing to talk about as well is the heating. So most houses have central heating, so it's very easy to get like smart meters and stuff like that to monitor remotely. This property is slightly different. Each room has an electric heater, so not controlled by a central heating system. So a little hack for you guys, if you're in a situation like this, what you can get are monitoring systems. These monitoring systems allow you to monitor motion, monitor temperature, humidity, noise levels, stuff like that. And so what you can do, put it in the room and you can have your assistant monitor it. If someone is not in the room, there's no motion, there's no noise, but the temperature is high, you know that these guys have left the heaters on. And then what can you do? Because you've charged them a deposit, you can take that deposit and use that to cover that excessive use cost.
So we decided to go for the traditional key safe model.
Yep, it's safe, it's secure, cheap, and it works, man.
But you know what I'm thinking about right now, yeah? What if I'm a guest, yeah? I come stay here, and I decide, you know what? I want to take the key, or better yet, I want to make a copy of the key, and then later on I can come back to access it.
That's funny. I mean, so one of the solutions we have for that, which is what everyone should be doing anyway, anytime your cleaner comes to clean, before they leave, they need to change the code and give them like a certain way of changing the code so that it's very easy for us to update our systems.
So where obviously this whole place is going to be run as an Airbnb, when it comes to parties, that's obviously a major problem. So what are we doing to make sure that we mitigate the risks of people booking this place to throw parties?
Yeah, that's a good point. I mean, when it comes to parties, there are always some key red flags to watch out for. First of all, how last minute are they booking it? How many people are they booking it for? How local are they? What's their age? And what's the price that they're paying? You know, there's all these red flags that you can watch out for. And if any booking comes in and you're seeing these red flags, you need to question them. And if they're not giving you the right vibe, just don't accept the booking. And Airbnb actually allows you to do that. You can cancel the booking because you don't feel like the guest will be a good guest for you.
Mm-hmm. And in the worst case scenario, if you ever caught someone throwing a party, what are the procedures and protocols?
Yeah, so there's different ways. You can come to the property, obviously tell them to leave. It depends. Some people actually do respond to that. You can come to the property with quite a few of you. You know what I'm saying? You can bring the man them. I mean, you can turn off the power.
Is it to the power?
Yeah.
Is that a thing?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah?
Yeah, if you're having a party at my place, bro, I want you, you're not leaving, I'm turning off the power. You know what I'm saying? You have no lights. You have no music. What are you going to do, beatbox? There's actually private security companies as well that deal with these sort of cases.
Oh, yeah?
There's no point of trying to get the police involved. They're not going to come.
Yeah, of course.
So, yeah, you just have to take matters into your hands.
I get you. Is that something that you've had to do yourself?
Never, bro. I have had parties in the past, in my early days. But yeah, once I found out the party's happening, call up the guests, let them know, look, this can't be happening. They stop. So I've had quite polite guests, but I know some people haven't had it so lucky.
Yeah. So what's the rent on like each of these places then?
So each unit, rent is 1,200 per month.
Okay. That's all units across the board?
All the units, yeah. So all 6 units add together, 7,200.
7,200. And if you were to combine the total profits of all the units, what would you say?
4,500.
4,500.
Yeah.
So Andrew, this block right here is obviously located in London. The big concern that people have is about the London 90-day Airbnb rule. Because of that, they think it's not doable in London. Obviously, we know what to do when it comes to how to overcome that and still make it work. But should we give the people some knowledge and game as to how to get around it?
Yeah, sure thing. So the London 90-day rule, for those who don't know, in London, you're limited to 90 days only that can be used for short stays. So a short stay is anything less than 90 days. So if someone stays for 5 days, that means you have 85 days left of that year, so on and so forth. But if you have a stay longer than 90 days, that does not eat into that 90-day allocation that you got. So that's one of the main ways to overcome the 90-day rule. Get those longer term bookings. Aim for contractors, aim for students, those guys, and insurance companies, those guys that need longer stays. Another way to overcome it is change the use class of the property. If you do this, the council barely will give you the planning application for it, but that's another legit way to go over it. What some people do is when 90 days is hit on Airbnb actually monitor it. What they do is just make a new listing. And so the 90-day starts again.
So a lot of people do.
A lot of people do that. Some people, they get bookings outside of Airbnb. So direct bookings, booking.com, all the other platforms, and they don't check the 90 days. And so getting bookings from those platforms don't actually count towards the 90 days. So there's the legit ways, and there's the under the table ways.
I think most people do the under the table way stuff as well, if we're being honest.
Yeah, most people.
Most people. Yeah.
100%. Yeah.
Also, if you do want to learn how to analyze service accommodation, rent-to-rent deals to make sure that you're taking on the right deals, check out this video right here. It will pretty much walk you through the entire process to go through when it comes to analyzing deals. Trust me, everything is in there. Check this out right here.